Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Slipping Out, and indeed the final part to Life is Strange Before the Storm. In this one we're going to be taking a look behind the scenes of episode 3, including the hospital scene and some of the other locations that we get to visit during this episode. So with that said, I hope you enjoy this one and let's get into it. To start off with, we are in this almost like a daydream type sequence where we look back upon Rachel's parents' lives as they grew up together, and we do this by looking through this viewing machine and see various times during their past. So it was quite interesting to take a look at how all this is done. Rachel and Chloe are currently in a blacked out box at this point, and we can find various characters that we see during the scene floating around in the void. We can also find where Rachel's house loads up once we come out of this sequence. However, what about the individual scenes that we watch through the viewing scope? Well, this is also pretty clever, but fairly hard to see what's going on as it's so dark. You may just be able to see that the individual scenes are positioned behind various square and rectangular shaped black textures, which cover up any surrounding area to the scenery that we don't need to see, in effect creating these small holes that we look through. Pretty neat stuff. Moving on to Rachel's bedroom now, and a couple of awesome details that are very hard to see from the normal camera view. The first one being when we open this drawer of Rachel's desk, and inside the desk is a pen, but it isn't just any pen. It's one of those that has multiple ink colours inside, and I had to point this out as I genuinely haven't seen one of these for years, and it kind of made me laugh when I saw it, just because it seems so random to have this in a game, especially as you can't really tell what it is. The other detail that I wanted to show you, which you may never have noticed, is on the globe which lights up. Now, you can interact with this and see it fairly well, but I just wanted to show it a little better. So by going inside, we can see all the different continents of our world, as well as the tiny moon, which I thought was pretty cool. But what about the outside of the room? What's happened to the rest of the house? Well, as you'd imagine, most of the house has now disappeared. But if we go outside, we can actually find there are 2 replica bedrooms, and I'll show you why this is.
Dad, I think we're stuck. Hey, maybe you should let me drive. You always do it wrong.
Alright, we are back at the junkyard. This time it's to fix up the truck, and shortly after we do, we take it for a little spin. So let's have a quick look at where we actually go for this. And then I'll also show the following scene from some angles that we wouldn't normally get to see.
We're still talking. Everything's still cool. No need to get crazy.
Oh, you fucking bitch!
Rachel!
Damon! What the fuck? Chloe! Go! Now!
Hold on! Shit! Shit! Chloe. Hey! Just hold on, okay? Rachel? No. No, I'm not losing you.
When we enter the hospital in the next scene, there's an interesting change of position by the characters, which you may never have noticed. Keep your eye on the zoomed out camera in the bottom left corner.
Why has my son been assigned to you? I never authorized that he be seen by you. Put down a couple of bullies who were harassing him at school. That is all.
Sir, allow me the chance to...
In my run through, Mikey is in room 785, but if we go beyond the door 783, we can more or less find what would be a replica layout. However, there are some differences to the items that would be inside the room, like we can find Mikey's D&D board game inside here. Now, my guess would be that this is because I entered the corridor of the boys' dorms when Andrew North was being beaten up, as it seemed the right thing to do at the time. Whereas if I had left him, this would be the room that we enter during the hospital scene, as we can find his name on the patient board. I'm sure one of you out there will confirm this in the comments, but I thought it was quite interesting to show how the objects and the assets are all here just in case. On to another little detail now that I spotted whilst on a normal playthrough of the game, which I always try to do before I record these episodes, and it's something that you can see for yourselves with the normal camera position. It's hidden under James's desk as we explore his office for clues, and it's actually the lighter that we use to burn the glove, but why it's been left down here I'm not exactly too sure. Maybe it's just an oversight by the developers.
This is what I'm talking about.
No! You idiot!
What the fuck?
Better run, dickbag. Cops will be here any minute.
It's the police.
Okay, don't panic. I'm sure they'll just want to ask us why we're here.
What do we do?
I'll talk to them.
Here we take a look at Chloe's driving skills on the open road, and this one was a difficult one to film, to show how this is done. In fact, I shot this scene roughly 10 times just to get the correct camera positions, as every time there's a close-up of Chloe inside the truck, the map changes. Anyway, here it is.
Are you really ready to hear the answer to your question?
Visiting the old mill for the last time, I quickly wanted to show the difference between being stood outside and what happens once we enter.
Just let her go, and I won't say.
No!
Talking's over.
Leave her alone!
Shut up. What the fuck? You boosted the DA's shit? Got my money? Burned the evidence? All that?
I'm just trying to help.
Get away from her!
I said shut the fuck up!
No.
So there we go, that is it for Life is Strange Before the Storm. There really isn't too much more to see in these last couple of scenes that we haven't already seen throughout the last 3 episodes, so I'm going to finish it here. Thank you so much for watching, and also a huge thank you to IDK31 for their work on a camera for Life is Strange. I didn't actually use the camera itself to film these episodes, but some of the other functions that came with it certainly came in handy. So a huge thank you to them, and whilst we're on the topic, if you do want to try this out for yourselves and explore Before the Storm, I will leave a link in the description to where you can get started and get IDK31's camera, because it is nice and easy to use and great for exploring and taking snapshots, and well worth looking at if you want to do that. But anyway, for now, and as always, until the next time, take care guys.